Hello, gem hunter. Did you know that if you find this rock on your land, you might find gems? That's what you heard. So today I'm going to show you what this stone is and what other minerals might indicate the presence of gems in your backyard. And since many people want to know what the signs of gemstones in nature are, I've put together a complete list of all the minerals that are indicative of gemstones and other valuable minerals such as gold. So pay attention to this video and each of these materials because you may have seen some of them around without knowing how important these minerals are for detecting the presence of gemstones in your area. Of course, it sounds too good to be true, but it's not magic, it's just science. So I'm sure this video will help many people discover hidden deposits of valuable minerals. So if you're one of those people and end up finding something, feel free to tell your story here in the comments. But enough of that, let's get down to business. In short, the first thing you should keep in mind is that in order to find gems, you should never look for them directly. Any experienced prospector anywhere in the world knows this secret and knows that high-value gemstones have indicators, which are other minerals present in the ground, including ravines and slopes that give clues to the presence of each type of gemstone, which are generally rare and difficult to find. But there are other more abundant minerals formed by the same geological conditions. So it's much easier to learn how to look for these more common minerals so that you can start looking in the right place where the gems might be. And now that you know this, I'm going to list these indicators for you. And I'm also going to tell you what kind of gemstones can be found according to these indicators. The second thing to keep in mind is that some of these minerals are indicative of several gemstones at once. So the more of these minerals you can identify on your property, the better your chances of finding a rich area. The first mineral to look for on your property is fairly easy to identify: Micas and malachites. If you were to ask me what is the most important mineral that indicates the presence of gems, I would certainly recommend looking for these minerals. If you don't know or have never seen them, Micas and malachites are minerals that look like little shiny plastic plates. Sometimes they are transparent and come off like scales, even resembling fish scales. Micas are common minerals and can be found in many places, usually in very small sizes, almost like dust. In these cases, what you'll see is their luster, similar to glitter mixed with other rocks or even sand. However, the larger micas are easier to spot because of their reflective, almost metallic luster. The more micas there are in your terrain, the better the indication of the presence of gemstones nearby. And the larger these micas are, the stronger this indication will be. The mica group includes minerals with similar chemical compositions, which means that some micas have different colors and therefore different names. But regardless of the variation in color, they are all strong indicators of the presence of gemstones, especially when they appear in conjunction with other minerals that I will mention below. Micas are known to indicate the presence of various precious gems. Among the gemstones that can be associated with these minerals, we can highlight tourmaline, aquamarine, topaz, ruby, sapphire, morganite, kunzite, and in some cases, emerald. Each of these gemstones is formed under specific geological conditions, and micas are often a byproduct of these same processes, making them excellent indicators of hidden treasures nearby. One mica in particular deserves special attention: phlogopite, also known as magnesium mica, which has a greenish-yellow color. Finding phlogopite on your property is a promising sign, as this type of mica is an excellent indicator that the property may contain diamonds. Diamonds, one of the most sought-after gems in the world, are formed under extreme conditions of pressure and temperature, and the presence of phlogopite can be a valuable clue that these conditions are present in your area. In addition, micas and malachites are not the only indicators to look for. The presence of other minerals such as quartz, garnet, and pyrite can also provide valuable information about the geology of the area and its potential richness. These minerals, together with micas, can form a geological picture that indicates the presence of rare and valuable gemstones. Another mineral that resembles mica, and in fact almost always contains it mixed in, is shale. The term shale is generic and refers to a variety of minerals that have one characteristic in common: they laminate easily. That is, they separate into thin, straight plates. Shale can come in a variety of colors, but is usually found in dark tones and often contains a lot of lustrous mica mixed in, making it even more interesting to those looking for gemstones. Among the types of shale, Those with a dark gray, almost black color with metallic sparkle are particularly noteworthy. This type of shale can be an emerald matrix rock, which means it is a good indication that you may be in an area rich in gemstones. If you've already found shale in any terrain, it's a strong indication that you're in a region prone to the presence of gemstones. While Micas are important indicators, there is one rock that is even more important in locating valuable stones: pegmatite. Pegmatite is a type of rock that combines various minerals such as quartz, feldspar, and of course, Micas. This rock is essentially a coarse-grained version of granite that looks similar to raw or broken granite. However, the grains of pegmatite are significantly larger, up to 3 to 4 centimeters in size, giving it a robust and visually distinctive texture. As a coarse-grained rock, pegmatite is usually found in large blocks, especially in ravines or on hillsides. These blocks can extend for several meters and in some cases penetrate deep into the ground. If you find pegmatite on a property, this is where the gemstones may be hidden. The presence of nearby mica increases the chances of success. By exploring pegmatites directly, you can find a variety of gemstones such as topazes, rubies, sapphires, aquamarines, tourmalines, and others. Almost every place where there are large quantities of pegmatite is home to some kind of gemstone, making this rock one of the best indicators that you are on the right track to finding natural treasures. Places where granite occurs along with other minerals can also indicate the presence of various gemstones such as tourmaline, topaz, and beryl. Due to its geological formation, granite can contain minerals that crystallize under certain conditions, creating an environment conducive to the development of these precious stones. If you don't have a lot of experience or are just passing through an area, there is one indicator that can be easily identified even from a distance: deposits of milky white quartz, especially when accompanied by inclusions of black tourmalines. These tourmalines are very common, and while not of great value on their own, they can indicate the presence of better quality tourmalines further down in the ground, as well as being a sign of productive pegmatite deposits nearby. Identifying white quartz with black tourmaline is no mystery. Finding these formations doesn't necessarily mean you found gems, but it is a classic indication that something valuable may be nearby. In addition, regions with lots of milky white quartz can also signal the presence of gold veins, making these places even more promising for prospectors. Pyrope garnet can also be found among these minerals. This gemstone has a good market value, especially when it has a crystalline reddish color. Pyrope garnets are nicknamed Cape rubies because of their resemblance to rubies, although they are completely different stones. Garnets are valuable when they have an intense, translucent red color, but some can appear brown or even black, usually in an almost round shape. These stones may not have much value on their own, but their presence, especially with other minerals, can indicate diamond-bearing rocks such as kimberlites. Kimberlites are volcanic rocks that bring diamonds from the depths of the earth to the surface, and the presence of garnets could be a sign that there are kimberlites, and therefore diamonds nearby. And since we already know that a diamond is hard to find, following the clues becomes a smart strategy. Learning to identify a garnet, for example, is an excellent indication that you may be in a region with diamond potential, especially if you also find the golden or yellow mica known as phlogopite, or the magnesium mica we mentioned earlier. Not only are garnets indicative of diamonds, but they can also indicate the presence of rubies and sapphires, especially when found in rivers or streams. In relation to diamonds, there are also two minerals that significantly increase the likelihood of their presence: ilmenite and chromite. These stones are found in gravel, especially in the form of small, rounded stones, similar in shape to birds' or pigeons' eggs, as some prospectors call them. However, it is not just the shape of these stones that is important, but what we find in them. Ilmenites and chromites have a metallic appearance, almost like iron. Ilmenites are more uniform and have a smoother texture, while chromites are darker, coarser, and more irregular in texture. Both are quite heavy for their size, which makes them excellent indicators of the presence of gemstones, which, being denser than ordinary stones, tend to accumulate along with these heavy minerals left behind after years of torrents, rains, and erosion. But before we go any further, I want to remind you that you can explore other videos here on the channel to learn how to identify the gems you find on your property. All of these videos will teach you at-home tests to help you better identify the gems that cross your path. But if you want to have all this knowledge organized in one place, just go to the first link in the description of this video and get our gemology ebook for beginners. This complete and illustrated material includes a mineral dictionary with the main characteristics of all the world's precious and semi-precious stones at a super affordable price, as well as supporting the operation of our project. Thank you for liking and subscribing to our channel. Good luck in your search, Gem Hunter.